Hey everybody, this is Jyricos, and welcome back to Tales of Phantasia. Last time, we got a summon spirit pact with Gnome, and we entered the corroded grotto in search of Undine, or Undine, or Undine, or however you want to pronounce it. This time, we are going to continue further on, and you'll notice there's a couple pools in this room we've entered. One drained, one not, and an enemy! So this area is pretty straightforward. You want to go down into here, open chest for tuna. And we got a switch. Hit this one. Now we head back up. And now we head up here. And we got a save point. Also head forward, and eventually we got to a switch with water in it, or a water switch. And so we flip this switch. Let's see, actually, no, we want to flip the switch on the right first. And that will swap the pools back in the first room. You flip that switch on the left, it's not going to do what you want it to. So now that this is swapped, another battle! As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the enemies, we get another tuna down in here. Let's head down this way and also flip this switch. Ooh, that was intense. Something definitely happened. Now we head back up here. And a hole's appeared in the ground. Now we want to save here, definitely. So let me save real quick. In addition to saving, I topped off everyone's HP and gave an orange gummy to Kless, who was nearly out of TP. Now, let's flip this lever. And fills up with water here. Who was it? Who would dare to disturb my slumber? Who's there? So, it was you! It's battle time against Undine! This can be a tricky battle. What you want to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to have Mint use his spectacles on Undine, and I want Arch to use Thunderblade against the enemies on the left, because we want to start taking them out. And Clarth, you also use Gnome against these enemies on the left. Now I'm going to try to just sort of hold them in place on the right. And as they cast the spells, have them keep recasting. Why did you cast Sylph? I told you to cast Gnome. Here's a tractor beam. You guys must have got interrupted when you were casting the spells I told you to. Alright. Thunderblade, please. And, yes, Gnome, hit him. Like, you want to basically keep the left group preoccupied while Kless juggles the right-hand group. And, there we go. Nice! And now all that's left is just one squid off on the left. You know what, Arch? You Thunderblade him. There we go. And now it's just Undine. No? Alright, oh yeah, I can't do that while he's casting Sylph. Okay, Clarth, you blow up the squid. I said, kill the squid. There we go, that should be enough to take him out. And now we just hit her as hard as we can, as fast as we can, and this battle will be over in no time. Kless doesn't really do a lot of damage to her. Arch, why are you not casting Thunderblade? There we go. Hit her hard. And you know what? Cast it again. This will be done in no time. Yeah, Kless is unfortunately out of TP, but she is out of health. Yeah, it's a nice, quick, easy fight as long as you spam your area of effect spells on the left. And hey, we got some new abilities. We'll check those out. Also, I realized we got a new book from the last fight and I never examined it. Forgive me. What is it you desire? I wish to form a summoning pact with you. You've already proven your worth. We shall form the pact upon the aquamarine ring. Spirit of water, I desire a pact and ask you now, submit to me. Upon this ring we form our pact, Spirit and Master. My name is Clarth. And Clarth can now summon Undine! Yay! And Mint got a title Bishop. I'm guessing for leveling up, since Mint didn't really have much to do with that fight. Yep, looks like it. Level 20. Very cool. And let's look at the new abilities we just got. You got Concentrate. Focus your mind to temporarily boost accuracy. You know what? That's kind of neat. Why not? You'll notice this one doesn't have a mastery, because it's not, you know, a special attack or anything, but it can be cool. It can help out a bit. And Antidote, Cure Poison. Nice. Now, let's look at those items dropped that we never checked out. Actually, yeah, because we got a book there, and... Wait, room bottles are right up top. So, Liber Ivonus. Alright, we already had one of those. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna double check. I forget which items are which. I'll check them off screen and remind you, like, figure out which ones are which. But for now, we're gonna head back to Alvanista. Flip this switch to lower the water, and you just backtrack your way on out. So, I will meet you guys back in Alvanista. And so we've arrived back in Alvanista, and I'm actually going to take a moment to point out a couple of these, like a rod was just a random drop. It actually just becomes a rod. The sword is the one we got back from the boat battle, which turns into the Fame Face. I never actually showed that off. One of the books, the one we already turned into the Liber Ivonus, was the drop from Undine. This book, which dropped from Gnome, is actually another pinup mag, but this one is the one that dropped from Demeter, which turns into the King in Yellow, a new weapon. The deep red dyed with the cover's a deep red dyed with the yellow sign. It's a new weapon for Clarth, which we just never really picked up, and now the, you know, Kaleno Fragments is better than what he's got. And, nope, not Mint. Come on, control the way I want you to, game. Fame Face is nowhere near as good thrust, but it's some good slash, and it has water attribute. That's going to be helpful coming up in the next area when we go after Ifrit. But anyway, we are going to leave Alvanista out to the map, and we're going to head off to the wait, which way am I going? I want to head to the southeast. So we're heading off down this bridge, and we should eventually come upon a dock. And it's a little ways down, but we just keep traveling, and let's see, I forget where exactly it is. Let me look at my world map. This part of the world map always gets me just slightly confused. Yeah, because we want to head over here. I think we want to go to the east from where we are now, so I'm gonna head over and get another battle. Alright, and here we go. This is the dock. Yeah, we were closer than I thought. And hey, what's up? The nostalgic breeze that blows in over the seas. The brilliant light that shines down from our sun. Someday, I'm gonna take Cynthia with me and show her the world on a cruise for 2. Cynthia! I love you! Yeah, he's a little weird. Hey buddy, what's up? A story about a spirit? Yeah, I know that one. Once upon a time, in an era unlike ours, when no monsters roamed the land. We've already heard the beginning of the story. We were hoping to hear what happens next. Last we heard, the spirit of the moon had been captured by the evil people. Oh, I see. Well then. Those evil people took the spirit of the moon and locked her within a dark dungeon where the light of the moon could not shine. Because of that, the poison began to spread from within the world. Mankind was on the verge of ruin. Of course, the evil men were not exempt. However, the world did not fall completely into ruin. In a remote region of the world, sorcerers had succeeded in creating a magical barrier that halted the advancement of the poison. Several hundred years passed with things in that state. In the months and years that passed, the survivors multiplied until they formed a small nation of their own. That's as far as I can remember. Sorry. So, more of the story of the Spirit of the Moon. It's kind of interesting how we just are getting little bits and pieces as we go. Now, we're going to head up this way, and we've got a ship. And, of course, what do we do with ships? But we take them on a path to Freyland this time. So this one's only 480 gold. Not too bad. Let's cast off. And we'll speed it up, head to the other end of the island, or other end of this little strait here. And now here, you actually want to take a moment and talk to this guy up on the bow of the ship. Story about a spirit? Yeah, if you're talking about that old one that I think you are. Yeah, and they starts from the beginning. Last we heard was a few hundred years after the poison had first spread. Yeah, let's see. The people inside the barrier had forgotten even the significance of the barrier that surrounded them. Those who left the safety of the barrier were never heard from again. It was believed they could never return from the dark world outside. During this era, though, none can recall exactly when, a certain young soldier swore his loyalty to the kingdom. One day, that soldier was sent on a mission to explore the ruins hidden beneath the country. There, what he found was none other than the spirit of the moon. The soldier's heart was instantly captured by the incredible beauty of the spirit. He had fallen in love with the spirit of the moon. However, the king intended to seal away the spirit once again. He had his own reasons for wanting to control the power of the spirit. As for the story, that's all I know. So we get a little more bits of the story, and we're slowly filling in the gaps. So now, let's see, we want to head out this way to get to the world map again. And we want to head east to the town of Olive. So, let's head in there. And we have arrived in the very hot Olive Village. Man, another scorcher. Yeah, it is hot in here. So, I say let's get in out of the heat and go into the shop, the item shop Tenderloin. Come on in! And here we've got some accessories, some interesting stuff. For the most part, not really anything I want to buy. Paralysis check is really expensive, but then again, it does completely paralysis. There is a brand new item, the attack symbol, which boosts your critical hit rate. Not really worth the price. I mean, you'll find one eventually. The holy symbol and mystic symbol are so ridiculously overpriced. What I do want to buy, however, is 2 silver shawls. It will nullify fire-based attacks 30% of the time for the girls, which, believe me, we want. We're going into, Ifrit's lair, so we want to beef them up against fire as much as we can. And since we've got some, not battle type, we've got some rune bottles, what we want to do is use them on those silver shawls. So they become princess shawls, which now nullify fire-based attacks 50% of the time. Very helpful. Let's go ahead and equip that on them before I forget. Let's see. Increase max TP, restore TP at fixed interval. I'm going to keep her with the increase max TP. Let's equip the princess shawl. And, well, let's get rid of the aqua mantle. Not really going to need to nullify water. So that'll be very helpful for them. And let's talk to you, little shopkeeper girl. I think I want to buy a few more life bottles, just to be safe. We'll buy a couple liqueur bottles, just in case. And top off our spectacles, since we're about to have some more monsters to investigate. You looking for any specialized potions? No, I'm good. So we'll head on out of the shop. And actually, before we go on, I'm going to tell you about a secret back in that item shop. This is something that, if you're not aware of it, could slip completely by you, and it has the potential to be game-breakingly good. Let's head back inside. Now, if you go to the wall here, right at this pixel, there's a door here. Unauthorized entry prohibited. Once you examine that, it'll let you walk down. Except you can't go anywhere. You stopped. Try talking. This is the storage area, so keep your hands to yourself, please. So, she lets you come back here, and there are 4 chests. I'm in charge of inventory control. And you know what? Let's talk to her since we can get behind the counter. Good job finding your way back here. I'll teach you something interesting in return. It seems there are all kinds of good items stored in these boxes. But this is the only chance you'll ever have to get what's in the boxes. That's both true and not true. As soon as you come back here, this is your only chance to open these boxes. But what's inside of them you can get later in the game. In some cases, much later. So this is going to be the opportunity to get some really, really good items. We've got pretty mittens in this chest. Question mark cloth, which is... Let's bring this up. That is a mithril mesh. So let's take a look at these 2 items real quick. She doesn't have any mittens to compare. Okay, what gloves? Pretty mittens, good bump to defense. Not as much luck, which, we love having luck on mint. But really good defense for those. And the mithril mesh is armor for women. A magical cloak sewn together with thin strands of the magical material known as mithril. You can see, again, pretty good defense boost. Even over the silver cloak, it's a really good boost. However, if you try to leave with it... Oh, she stops you. That mithril mesh will cost you 55,000 gold. You can't afford it? You'll have to return the mithril mesh. And the pretty mittens are 50,000 gold. So yeah, you have to have the money to pay for them. They're kind of pricey, but they can be worth it. Over here, however, we get a mithril plate and a question mark sword. The mithril plate is armor for men, compared to Kless's breastplate. And yeah, nice bump of defense there. A modified plate mail made with the magical material known as mithril. However, the item you really want, the most important one back here, if you're going to only get one, if you're going to grind for money, is the sword. It is the Moonfalx, a blade of light whose radiance is like that of the pale moonlight. Beautiful, yet sorrowful. So, let's check this out on Kless. Compared to his Gungnir, Holy cow! Look at that attack increase. It more than doubles his slash, almost doubles the thrust, and the accuracy goes up to boot. This is an incredible weapon. It's even holy attribute. So I would say if you're going to get any of them, get the Moonfalks. You can grind for money, you can sell off accessories you don't need, you can come up with the money for it. However, again here, this time it's 60,000 for the Moonfalks, so very expensive. Worth it if you really want to break the game, because this sword is not available for a long time, and it will make the next several sections a joke. Also, Mithril Plate, 65,000. Do you say anything else? No, you don't say anything else now that I'm taking that. Do you say anything else? Good job finding your way back here. Now, same thing. So yeah, that Moonfalks is insanely good. I'm, however, not going to continue with it, because I feel like, as I said, it kind of breaks the game. And I want to have the honest experience. So now we're leaving the shop for good. And now that we have done in that shop, let's head here and see what this guy has to say. East of here is a cave where a spirit is said to live. There are all these active lava flows. It's like walking into hell. The heat in there is almost unbearable. Sounds like the place we are looking for. So yeah, as you might guess, Ifrit's cave is off to the east. And here, equipment shop Garlic. Come in! We're the stopover between Midgard and Alvanista, so we've got all kinds of good stuff. I mean, you have all kinds of stuff. You don't really have a ton of stuff that's better than what I've already got. See, most stuff is worse or equal or already equipped. I'm going to buy a couple silver cloaks, though, to bump up Clarth and Arch's defense. I do want to get the fight shield. And let's see. Why not? Kitchen mittens for Arch, because she doesn't have any mittens yet. And we get to buy her a deck brush. Very helpful. A new weapon. So let's go ahead and outfit them all. Oh, also, we are changing... well, let's do optimize first. We are changing Kliss's weapon to the Fame Face. Although the thrust is a lot weaker, it does boost his slash, but most importantly, the Fame Face is water attribute. A lot of enemies we're going to be fighting going forward are weak to water, since we're in a desert and going to Ifrit's lair. Nope, I want to keep it on optimize. Alright. She doesn't have anything new to equip. Clarth, yep, bump him up there. And Arch, take care of that. Why did it change your weapon to the Liber Ivonus? Oh! Liber Ivonus is more powerful than the Kaleno. Oh, my mistake. Anyway, they're all set now. Actually, Aquamarine reduces damage from water type attacks. I want to change it to the Garnet. There we go. Got some fire resistance on those people. Hey there. I'm not a sailor. I just really like their style. Yeah, you do you, man. If you're going to fight basilisks, be sure you take some liqueur bottles along with you. Well, I got some, so hopefully that'll help us out. Now we head down here. First, I'm going to grab a chest with a mixed gummy. Very nice. And we're going to bypass the inn for just now and head into the grocer. Sirloin. And we got a chef. I dwell in the wonderful world of flavor. I want to share this flavor with as many people as I can. Would you like a taste of my world? Then let's get cooking. Learned how to make poire. I think that's how it's pronounced. And let's talk to some of these people. You won't find anyone in this village who has fought with a basilisk. Those people are out there in the desert. As stone statues, that is. Ooh, sounds like basilisks might be an issue coming up. What would you do if you came face to face with a basilisk in the desert? If it were me, I'd be thinking about nothing but running. If I were even able to run, that is. Most of the monsters that live in the desert have a natural resistance to fire attacks. No kidding. And the grocer, she just as usual, sells some items. I'm not going to bother buying any of those. Save up some money. What do you have to say? If you're affected by stone, a Phantasia bottle can fix you right up. But an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Using a liqueur bottle can prevent you from being affected at all. Yeah, that's why I bought a couple, just so we have a few on hand. You want to know about a spirit? Yes, it's the next piece of the story. Yeah, that's an interesting story. Once upon a time, blah blah blah. Yes, we already heard the first part. Last we heard, the spirit of the moon had been captured by the king of the country that emerged after the world had fallen into ruin. Yeah, the next. The soldier who had first discovered the spirit of the moon decided that it was his responsibility to save the spirit. He knew that the punishment for treason was death, but thinking only of the spirit, he cast aside all doubt. By working together with people who opposed the kingdom, the soldier was able to rescue the spirit with little difficulty. However, the king would stop at nothing to track down the soldier. Within the barrier, there was no longer a safe place for them. With no options remaining, the soldier decided to risk everything. His resolve was firm. He would leave the barrier. With her power, at least the spirit of the moon would be able to live on outside the barrier. The soldier was willing to lay down his life for the sake of the spirit. It seems I've forgotten the rest of the story. Sorry. So we're getting more and more details of that story. And do you know about the basilisk? It's a monster that lives in the desert. If it gets you, you'll be turned to stone. Yeah, Celeste, you've been hearing lots of people talk about it. You know what he's talking about. Why are there so many people in this store? I agree. Why is everyone in here? Ah, well. Let's go ahead and head out here. Hit up the inn. Welcome. Will you be staying with us? One night is a cheap 84 gold. You know what? For only 84 gold, let's just top off our health and TP. And now we're going to get out of this village and head off to Ifrit's cave, which we heard was off to the east. But first, outside of the town, let's trigger a skit. We haven't in a while. I will definitely repeat Deus. Deus. Is that supposed to be a pun? This one actually confused me for the longest time when I first played the game. I had to actually look up some translation notes. It's a pun in the Japanese. It's based off the idea that Daos is very similar to the word Taos, which is to defeat. So he's playing off Taos, Daos. So mildly cute, but a little hard to pass off in translation. And we have an enemy! Giant scorpions. You know what? Mint. Oh, nope, wrong button. Mint use spectacles on them. And yes, they're weak to water already. And oh, wait a second. Hey, Undine! Nice! We get to see it right away. Powerful water spell and deep mist. Nice. Actually, you know what? I should change their spells. Oh yeah. Tractor beam, hit him hard. Especially Clarth, so that he's only using Undine. Let's toss that. Let's change that up real quick. Also, I kind of love the look of the Fame Face sword. So, let's see here. Abilities. Don't want Fireball. Honestly, the rest of the spells can stay. We just want to get rid of the fire because not going to be helpful. And you only cast Undine. The rest of you, you're good. So, we head into this cave we see to reach the Cave of the Burning Sands. Oh yeah, this looks like a happy place. And that's where we're going to call this episode. We've made a pact with Undine, however you want to say it. And we've come to Ifrit's lair next, because next spirit to check off the checklist. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to click like and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time.